folks. Today I kind of wanted to talk about a little news story that I read. I'm kind of getting into those more and more because of the fact that some of the stuff that I see just blows my mind that the court systems can come up with this crap to begin with. But April 2010, ladies using public transportation, single mother, 3 kids. Well, she gets off the bus at their bus stop. And for those of you that don't use public transportation, you might not appreciate any of this. I never have either, but reading the story, I kind of felt for the lady. Now, my wife actually sent me this story. She was reading it to me the other day, and not much of the stories that she talks about really grabbed me, but this one was so absurd that it actually did. Lady gets off the bus with her 3 kids, and the youngest of her 3 kids was a 4-year-old. They didn't go down to the crosswalk. The bus actually stops right in front of their apartment, from what the way the story read. And in order to go to a crosswalk to cross the street, they would have had to walk 3/10 of a mile to get to the crosswalk, and then that much back again to get to their apartment. They get off the bus and get ready to just go straight across the street like anybody would. And the 4-year-old decides he's going to dart right out into the traffic, or dart right out into the street. Of course, the mother tried to stop him, and so did one of the other children. The mother and the other child actually got some of the effects from it too, and got hurt, but the 4-year-old got run over and died. The driver kept going. They found him, but when the accident actually happened, he kept right on going. 5 weeks after the accident happened, the mother was charged with vehicular manslaughter. They said it was 2nd-degree vehicular manslaughter, reckless conduct, and failure to use a crosswalk. Now, that's the part that caught my ear when my wife was reading this to me. The woman was walking. She had nothing to do with the vehicle except that she had just gotten off of the bus. And they charge her with 2nd-degree vehicular manslaughter. She wasn't responsible for any vehicle being put in drive to run her kid over, being put in neutral, the emergency brake not being set, or whatever. She in no way had control of any vehicle, yet they charged her with 2nd-degree vehicular manslaughter. That was bad enough. To add further insult to injury, the jury convicted her. And even though the prosecutors suggested that, or didn't suggest any jail time, they were pushing for 36 months for each offense, which is the maximum. No idea why. Of course, I'm reading a news article. I didn't actually get the particulars of the trial or anything. She wound up getting 12 months probation, and I forget what else there was. The probation to me was an insult because the charge was stupid. It was dumb for them to charge her with that. Now, I'm not sure. Manslaughter may be defined differently in Marietta, Georgia than it is in Tennessee. I lived in Georgia for years, and as far as I know, based on all the trouble I got into, the laws are pretty much identical, especially regarding manslaughter or vehicular manslaughter. Now, the driver did finally own up to the accident. They did catch him. He owned up to it, and he got 5 years in jail. But even though he got sentenced to 5 years, he got out in 6 months. NAACP got involved in it, and basically made a statement that it was kind of sad that this mother was having to fight 3 times as hard to stay out of jail as the man that actually hit her son. And had that man stopped, he probably wouldn't have been charged with anything because he was just driving down the street like every normal person does. The only thing I could actually see them getting her for legitimately, and that's for the most part if her son hadn't died from it, was failure to control her children. Two cars got stupid and had a wreck right in front of the crystals here. Nice. Kind of hard to tell. Looks like somebody was coming down the road and somebody else darted out in front of them, and both of them hit the front of the semi-truck and got Portland's finest out on the job. Wow. Interesting. NAACP reviewed this case and said that not only was it disgusting and inhumane that this woman be charged for vehicular homicide, and that she'd be charged after having to deal with all this mess with her son dying, but that also it was a grave miscarriage of justice. Now, personally, I think it's disgusting. I think it's disgusting for the district attorney and the whole Marietta court system that this woman was charged with anything. You can't control a 4-year-old, especially not with 3 other kids. Now, personally, the only thing that woman could have done, in my eyes, of course, I don't live there, I don't know the woman, I don't know anything about the neighborhood, but Marietta is kind of close to downtown Atlanta, and the streets are busy. only thing with 3 other kids, the only thing that I know of that the woman could have done was had her kid on one of those leashes, and then they'd have busted her for child abuse for the kids being the kid being on a leash. That's the only thing I know of that might have made that turn out any different. And it's crazy. But that's my opinion. So what are your thoughts on the whole deal? I look forward to your comments. Thank you for watching the video, and you guys have a great day.